The Big Bend and South Georgia's premier high school football show. This is the award-winning Football Friday Night on WCTV.
The biggest show of the season. No frills, no bells, no whistles, no game of the week. Just football from now till the time Stephen Colbert comes on.
I was about to say, they're all games of the week at this time of the season, because guess what, Ryan? If you ain't winning, you going home.
FHSAA and GHSA, and let's get right started in Wintersville. Dacula, I know it's Dacula, I just like how it sounds, and the region champion Valdosta Wildcats. Why don't we go ahead and get right on to it? Because here come the Cats, looking to make this 9-win season a long playoff run, and it was a methodical first drive for Shelton Felton's crew. Hello, D-Ron Foster. Touchdown, Cats. 7-0 for the home team. Now 7-7. Falcons back up. Ooh, almost a safety, but Garrison Cantrell escapes almost 80 yards. Dacula has come to drink your blood. Yes. Cantrell, Mark Horace. 14-7. Uh-oh, the visitors out in front. But don't worry, early second quarter, Prince Jean through the pile, tied at 14, and after a huge fourth down stop, the Wildcats start pouring it on. Direct snap worked once, they do it again. Marquise Fennell, Valdosta back in front. Blockbuster may be closed, but
gave him a little hope
is
in the
never out of
beginning.
style. 56-28, they're hosting Brookwood out of Atlanta next week.
All right, across town, Lowndes trying to make it 2 for 2 among the Wintersville teams, hosting Collins Hill tonight at the Concrete Palace. After a slew of penalties, Vikings in the red zone. Jace Johnson dialing his own number. A titty for the QB puts Lowndes up 28-10. And how about some love for the camera? Hey, what's up, guys? Vikings are feeling it. Eagles looking to cut into the deficit. Maclay cross. It's intercepted, though. Mason Woods with a good hands, and then it's all about taking it to the house. See ya. He's inside the 50, and that's going to lead to a 46-yard field goal attempt. The boot from Aiden Andrews. Hello. Lowndes leads 31-10. Eagles add a garbage time score, but it is way too little, way too late. Vikings moving on, 37-16. They'll travel to North Gwinnett next Friday.
Speaking of North Georgia, how about Colquitt on public broadcasting this evening, taking on Mill Creek? 14-10 was the pack at the half, but the Hawks came out inspired out of the locker room. Jade Beasley plunges into the dirt. 17-14 home team. That's hater, I should say. Colquitt with a quick response. Jay Lamar doing Jay Lamar things. His second of the night. They've got the lead right back. Mill Creek would drive the field the next drive, but the Packers D stepping up. Braden Ruiz, whoopsie daisy. Looky what I found. Tamara Moore scoops it. Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling all the way into the Hawks red zone, and that would set up Lamar's third tutty of the night. 28-17 Packers still in the third quarter. And say, hey, Jay, why not 4 touchdowns? Have yourself a night, 65 yards straight to the limo. 35-24, the number 2 team in the country awaits Grayson.
That's going to be a good one. All right, at the Jackets Nest tonight, Thomas County Central looking to stay perfect against Woodstock. Opening drive, and check out that shot. Ryan Kelly almost got killed on that opening shot. Opening drive, Jackets already buzzing. Deuce Lawrence, he's got plenty of room in front of him. Goodbye into the red zone, and of course, he's just going to get the touchdown.
Give it to him, Justin.
Punches it in from 1 yard out. 7-0 Jackets from there. Central defense stinging. Isaac Andrews. One-man wrecking crew, forcing the 3 and out, ensuing punt. DJ White, and if we're calling this, you know what happens next.
Forget about
it. See ya, 14-0, just like that. 59 more points scored again for the third time this season. 70-plus, 73-14 the final. They'll be at home next week.
I wish you could hear the gasps from Mike McCall. All right, West Thomas Stadium is where we're going in 3A. Want a big win for a special guy. Joe Ward dedicated his 4 decades of service to Syrup Maker Athletics. Of course, passed away last week. His brother James, the honorary captain tonight. JW decals on those red and black helmets. And how about a good start for the Makers? Because Liberty would end up being forced to punt, but it's a block party, and the Makers are invited. They'll recover the ball. They tack on the field goal. It's an early 3-0 lead. And let's talk defense, because the Makers had a whole lot of it. How about Stevan Thornton? Sack lunch. Cairo would get the ball back soon after that. And then, stop me if you've heard this one before. Bryce Puckett, Brian Duncan, and then he just does something unbelievable. 46 yards to the crib. Cairo cruises, pouring on Makers, 36-7. They've got Troup County next week.
All right, dropping it down to Single A Division I, Thomasville taking on Putnam County tonight. Second quarter, Bulldogs up 3-zip. Cam Hill going to connect with DJ Sawyer. 34 yards, weaving his way into the end zone. And it's 10-0 Dogs, just like that. Let's talk a little defense, too. Joe Douglas, check this hit stick, says, you are not going to go anywhere, sir. Bah! Ouch. And good defense, it always leads to good offense, folks. Hand off to A.J. Hill, who gets in for 6. Extra point is going to be good at 17-0 Thomasville. That's the score at the half. Thomasville cruising 38-0. They will host Toombs County next week.
So much more coming up next, including the Madison County Cowboys on the road. Come on back to your Football Friday night. I don't want to chat. I want to talk football.
Let's talk football.
Let's talk football, and let's talk the Madison County Cowboys, the 9 seed in the rural classification regional tournament. They were taken on at Chipley. First drive, Ladarius Crumity doing Mr. Crumity things because he finds his way into the end zone. 8-0 after a 2-point try for Madco. And they were on the march yet again, and Crumity, how about through the air? Brandon Williams for 6. 15-0 early on for the Boot Hill Bullies. Cowboys got the ball again, this time Williams again, and they're flexing their muscle. Madison cruises 43-8. And who might be up next for them?
I don't know. Let's see. Blountstown, the 1 seed in the rural class tonight. They welcomed in the J Royals, who came east. The Royals 16th seed, 6-4 record. Midway through the first here, and Tigers not taking long to get things going. Amari Thomas, who else? Breaking tackles left and right. Nobody seems to be able to take him down. Drags a defender with him. He's finally brought down to the 20-yard line. Few plays later, Curtis Ellis gets the rock, runs around to the far side of the field, gets into the end zone, and Blountstown is going to have a date with Madison County next week because Blountstown rolls 38-0. That game will be in Blountstown.
Great season for Marcus Edwards. Lafayette Hornets taking on Williston in their first round. Red Devils up 14-7. John Jazikoff takes a deep shot to extend the lead. Trevor Bird gets the deflection. Williston with a little trickery as well, doing a reverse sweep. The drive going to stall for them. Tywon Williamson in the shotgun, trying to extend the play. Decides to take it himself. Moves the chains for a big game, but unfortunately, just not enough of those highlights tonight for the Hornets. Take a look at your final score. Lafayette falls 42-14.
All right, Taylor County Bulldogs hosting the Trenton Tigers in the first round of the rural playoffs. Trenton on the possession here. Senior Alexander Henry is going to get the handoff.
Alexander Henry.
Up the middle, all the way into the end zone. Tigers get their first points on the board. Taylor County with the ball on 4th down. QB Bez Glanton finds his target to move the chains. Gutsy call on 4th down. Freshman Drayden Flowers. Yeah, they do, and I love it. Cuts to the outside. Blockers in front of him, and he does the rest of the work. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Taylor County takes it 28-7. They'll welcome in Pahokee next week.
Pahokee to Perry. Say that 5 times fast.
Pahokee to Perry.
Say Maclay Marauders 5 times fast against the North Florida Educational Institute.
Say that 10 times fast.
That's a mouthful. Eagles looking for a little bit of momentum. And hello for the visitors, because how about Sean Billings with a big INT. Jordan Robinson for the Eagles running past a sea of blue. 18-29. Maclay has their lead chipped away, but don't worry about it because, you know, they've still got Bobashears making big plays. Good stuff here for a big gain. 35-28 is eventually where it would be at this point, 39-18. Your final score. TCA awaits the Marauders.
Your alma mater.
Speaking of Jacksonville squads and speaking of the west side of Duval County, Baldwin making its way to Southwood tonight. Take on the Florida High Seminoles. Plenty to cheer about. Why don't you take this, AP?
Absolutely. Quarterback Jamie Miller faking a handoff, fighting off multiple defenders to take an early lead. 6-3 Seminoles over Baldwin, and it's going to be a big catch from Jalen Lurie. We saw a lot of big catches from this guy this year.
We most certainly
And it's not just a catch, because he's going to find off not 1, not 2, 3 defenders to get into the end zone. 13-3 Florida High. Jaden Barnett catches it for the Indians. Going to make a huge run for Baldwin here. 14-9 Seminoles. But no worries, because Florida High, they're going to win this game, and they're going to move on. 42-31 the final. They go to Jacksonville next week to battle the Bulls Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a fun prize for that.
Yeah.
Duval Duval County is where we're
Lord,
headed
here we
next
go.
because the bank is across the street from Bishop Kenny. That's where the Wakulla War Eagles were. A defensive stop in the final 2 minutes. Crusaders would strike quickly. Gavin Hawkins, James Davis bouncing off. He's a pinball wizard, ladies and gentlemen, because he will not be denied. Touchdown for the home team. Crusaders ensuing kickoff and a whoopsie daisy. War Eagles put it on the turf. Aiden Quinn has it, and the home team is back in business. They say you got to win the middle 8 in football. The last 4 minutes of the first 4 minutes of the second, and unfortunately that just did not happen for the War Eagles tonight. Their season over, 43-19.
All right, Godby out in Panama City tonight, taking on the Bay High Tornadoes. Bay's first possession of the night. They're going to drive it to the Godby 22 on 4th and 4. They go with a trick play, but Quintel Strong says, yeah, good try, guys, but it doesn't matter. Turnover on downs. Scoreless into the second quarter. The action really going to heat up there. Landon Doherty dropping back, takes off up the middle. Scores on the 17-yard run. Cougars get the 2-point conversion. It's 8-0. Closing minutes of the first half. Godby up 16-7. Doherty to Jamarion Simmons, who catches just about everything. Godby led at the half, and they pull off the upset, 56-43. Go Cougs, go! They go to Bishop Kenny next week.
Those two play in 3A or the Big 12.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. All right, Lake City's where we're going next. That's where Rickards was taking on the Columbia Tigers. Loud and Proud was the band, and Rickards attacking over the air. Move the sticks for RHS. Very next play, how about the two-way start? Marion Mills going to make a tremendous play through traffic because that defensive line was unfortunately tremendous. Your final score in this one, unfortunately, Rick High's season comes to an end in a shutout, 35-0.
All right, in Quitman, Brooks County looking to bring that hammer to Taylor County. Trojans up 10-0 here, getting the punt. And while not a huge return here, we're going to applaud the effort big time. George Lehman's refusing to go down, gets Brooks close to midfield. Fake punt doesn't work, so Trojans now on defense. Vikings looking to go deep, but Trey Stevenson says, no chance.
No, sir. Skying INT.
Yep, nice pick, nice return. Score stays 10-0 at the break. Trojans top the Vikings 24-6. They're going to head to Johnson County next week.
All right, what a magical season it's been in Donaldsonville. Seminole County playing host to the Tigers of Washington-Wilkes. It's a whole lot of W's and a whole lot of syllables. And Seminole County was hoping that they would get a W. But middle of the first, Tigers' first possession, they get it. Mason Mingle into the end zone. They're on the board. Indians would block the extra point, and unfortunately from there, as you can see, the visitors had themselves a nice little game. 32-23. Seminoles' fantastic season.
Yeah, heck of a season.
To a close. All right, let's head to the middle board, shall we? Because we have some FHSAA scores to get to. Liberty County's had a great year. Unfortunately, it comes to an end 35-0. Sneads falls to Chipley 44-6. And last one, a tough end for Brantford, too.
Yeah, tough end for Brantford. GHSA, leaderboard. Cook falling to North Murray. Clinch County, roll, red, roll, and burying the upset.
Taking down the 2 seed.
over 2 in Single A Division I, 7-0. Think they might take a trip to Nashville next week. Got to talk to head coach Jackson D.
We absolutely do. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to your Football Friday Night. Let's put a bow on this with plays of the week, shall we?
Nice little pretty
All
bow.
right, so Play of the Year voting is going, so we have to say goodbye to 3.
Bye-bye.
We have to say goodbye to Thomas County Central's Jalen Johnson with the perfect pass in their big win over the Cairo Surfmakers in week 2, was it?
Yeah, I loved this hit. Zach Hall obliterating that TFA quarterback. Unfortunately, I'm going to say bye-bye to Zach this week.
And another Rose City goodbye, Brookwood's Tyson Cochran. This was an excellent run in this game. Unfortunately, we say goodbye to all 3 of those, but again, a huge congrats. That means, of course, we are down to 9.
9, and 9 is moving to 6, so you have until Sunday at 7 to cast your vote for that.
Make sure that you keep your favorite alive for next week. We'll be alive next week for week 2 of the postseason. Have a great night, everybody.